Let me put an image in your head really quick. You're a violinist, someone who's worked tirelessly to put on a show with your violin. However, you have this one friend who supports you in your violin career through and through. The only problem is your friend has never seen your face, and not because you cover it or anything, but because they're blind. Despite this though, they still support you when you play for them. And now you may be asking why I'm bringing this up, and those of you who come back to this channel frequently know the answer already. That is, of course, because it's the story of the Dojin I have for you today. Let's talk 383538, called A Yearning Rondo. It's from the artist Betty. It's got a blind tag, and I'm ready to have my heart broken. So let's get right into it. The Dojin starts out at a shrine with someone reading a book in Braille. Two people then enter, one of them announcing that a Kyoya has come to visit this girl, who gets all excited at the visitor. The two catch up, talking about how they haven't met in a while and how he's getting coached in something. This something being for the violin he plays, which he has on him. She hasn't heard him play in a while and wants to hear him perform, which he says is a piece of cake, and she gets excited again. And so he performs for her and cuts to the ending of it with her clapping, asking about whether the song was difficult to play. He's kind of thrown off by this because he didn't expect her to ask about that, asking if there was anything wrong. She might be overthinking it, but it's that she felt he sounded different than usual. She then asks if something happened, and it's not really that something did happen. He's just scared of a competition in 2 weeks, about how him being stressed will affect his performance, and whether he'll be able to play in front of everyone and not mess up, disappointing people he knows. He keeps asking himself these questions, and that scares him. She calls him, then saying that she loves him. He processes it for a moment before realizing what she just said, and asks why she said that so suddenly. She was shocked when she first heard him play, because she didn't know that someone could draw out such emotion from others through music. But at the same time, she felt that the sounds he made were sad. This has been on her mind the entire time they've known each other, but she thinks she finally has the answer to it. She calls him over to lend her his hand, which she grabs and tells him that she will always believe in him and that everything will be fine. Kyoya then takes this moment to confess his feelings for her as well. She also takes a moment to process before realizing what he said, which she's glad about. But unlike her, he travels a lot and knows a lot of people, so she was sure that he was in love with someone else. I also want to point out this note here saying that he doesn't have any friends, just because why not? She then asks him about what he likes about her, and he stutters a bit before posing the same question back to her. She tells him that she likes how he drops by occasionally to visit, how he puts his all into the violin, and she really loves and respects him. But there's one more thing, which is his smell. While she loves his violin skills, when she can smell him like that, it tells her that he's right in front of her, which she loves knowing. She tells him that it's his turn now, but he just kisses her. But she doesn't know that because she can't see, and asks why he just touched her lips, which he goes on saying there wasn't anything on them, but actually that he just kissed her, which she, again, takes a minute to process before reacting. But after sulking for a bit, she then asks if he can kiss her again, saying that she thought he knew him well by now, but when they talked, she realized she didn't know a lot of things, and that kiss was something she'd never felt before and made her happy, and she wants to know more, or rather, everything. They kiss again, this time throwing a little bit of extra spice into it, and then they just go straight to doing it. They finish up, and she says that it makes her feel so glad they met when they become one like that. But he goes into his thoughts, thinking that's his line because he didn't want to start playing violin at all. That's right. It's flashback time. He was born into a family of musicians and absolutely hated playing the violin. His family would get mad if he made a mistake or didn't play the piece well, and he started to feel jealous of other kids because they got to do what they wanted. And with all those adults and audiences watching him, none of them noticed his feelings. But she was the only one who tried to understand him, or already understood what he truly felt. It cuts to them before cutting to a stadium or theater with Kyoya getting ready, but someone calls his name, Binika. The two talk for a bit about how she was looking forward to it and something else, but she doesn't tell him any further than that. The two share and everything will be fine before he goes on stage, finally realizing that he doesn't have to care about others and to play his own performance, and that's why he can be himself from then on, and everything will surely be fine. And the Dojin ends. Overall, I rate this an 11 out of 10. The story was absolutely immaculate, with the art style pairing with it really well. The characters were fun and entertaining throughout the entire story and really made you want to learn more about them. That flashback sequence after the deed was a bit out of the blue, but was necessary and probably the best time to throw it in. But besides that, it was good. I recommend you check it out for yourselves as always. That's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. These hentai babes make me drool. Hatsune Miku, is great. She makes me masturbate. Fairy tale.